This video will demonstrate how to register for classes using your Loyola Student Web Services or SWS account. Before going into SWS, you should familiarize yourself with the Office of the Registrar's website. There you will find various helpful documents for registration, such as the course catalog, course offerings by semester, changes to the schedule, the enrollment report, the required course list, and much more. It's important to plan your schedule ahead to ensure you don't run into any conflicts on registration day. For the purposes of this demonstration, let's imagine that 2009 fall will be the upcoming semester. If we click on the registration priority numbers and eligibility dates, we see the different dates assigned to certain groups for registration. Note that all registration priorities begin at 7 a.m. on the day listed. For this demonstration, we will be using John Doe, a JD student at Loyola who has successfully completed his first year and will be a second-year day student in 2009 fall. As we can see on this page, second-year day students register on Thursday, July 23rd. Before we begin registering for classes, we want to make sure your SWS login information is correct. It's important to do this sometime before registration to ensure we don't run into any problems on the day of registration. If for some reason you are unable to log into SWS, please contact ITD. We've logged in and it works. Now let's fast forward to John's eligibility date for registration. If you look at the SWS login page, we see the system's date and time. It's important to note this date and time, as you will not be able to register unless the date and time in the system corresponds to your registration date. If it is not your day and time, the registration tab of SWS will say, "Ineligible to register at this time." As we can see, it is July 23rd, 2009, and it is now 7:03 a.m., and John should be able to register. Let's go ahead and log in again. It's important to note that on the day of registration, especially around 7 a.m., you may experience delayed response due to the number of users interacting with the system. Do not click more than once, as this will cause the server to delay even more. Once we're logged in, we go to the registration tab. We see that under 2009 fall, we can select the term for registration. We can now begin adding our classes by clicking Add Section. When adding classes, we can search using the course title or course code. For now, we'll try Evidence. Notice that D2 is closed. When a course reaches maximum enrollment, the course becomes closed and can only be waitlisted. Even if seats become available, the course will remain closed. We also see that E1 is open, but John only has the option to waitlist the course. This is because John Doe is a day student and the E1 section is for evening students only. He can waitlist this course, and during the waitlist period, if there are still seats available, John Doe may receive an invitation to enroll from the waitlist. The restriction only applies to required courses. For now, let's go ahead and add the D3 section with Professor Goldman. Now let's go back to our enrollment and add another class. This time we'll use the class code for ethical lawyering, 2J04. Let's add the D4 section with Professor McKeever. Great! Now we'll try waitlisting a class. We'll search for Con Law 2 courses under 2C02. We see that D2 is closed and only has an option to waitlist. Let's waitlist the D2 section. Now that we're waitlisted, let's add another section of Con Law 2, in case we don't get a waiver to enroll off the waitlist. D1 is open, so we'll add that. Finally, let's add an externship. Offerings like externships, law reviews, and moot courts are usually not on the list of offerings, but you should receive a code to add the offering on SWS. For John, he decided to do a 4-unit externship. The code given to him was 5I1. A waiver should have been set to allow John to enroll for 4 units. We see that it has been added and his SWS shows he's enrolled for 4 units. John now has a total of 15 units and is currently waitlisted for the D2 section of Con Law 2. Let's fast forward to Phase 1 of the waitlist. We know that seats had become available in D2, and according to the section details, John is number 1 on the waitlist. Only during Phase 1 or Phase 2 of the waitlist are invitations sent out. John received an email inviting him to enroll off the waitlist for Con Law 2. Before he can add D2, we have to drop the D1 section. From the D1 drop-down menu, we select Drop. Once we've dropped the D1 section, we can now add the D2 section. From the drop-down menu for D2, we now select Enroll from Waitlist. Now John's schedule is complete. A final note on the waitlist. If a closed class does not fill up by the end of Phase 2 of the waitlist, the class moves onto the open ad period. During the open ad, all waitlists are cleared and disabled, and all closed classes are reopened, and students enroll on the first-come, first-served basis. This concludes our demonstration video. We hope this video answers many of the questions you may have about registration. If you still have additional questions, please feel free to contact the Office of the Registrar at registrar@lls.edu.